Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is Zach again with 1918 blah 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 British Air Force. Zach know how his channel work. Um, Here with the other half of the RPG thing, and ladies and gentlemen, these sessions are going to be really interesting. So, let me describe the characters that we have. Some of my players decided not to give their characters names just because they forgot to. They were too busy number crunching with their characters, and that's okay. We just sort of forgot to do that. They're gonna fill out the backstories and names and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna describe you the race is and the classes that we have. So this is by the way a Pathfinder game. Anyways, so Geo is playing a half orc with the intelligence and wisdom of 7. He has incredible strength and incredible constitution, but the man is a moron. He is a fighter, but his archetype is the pole master, and he dominates pretty hard. It's kind of hard for him to hit something right now, but once he hits it, it pretty much just evaporates with his power attack, and it gets eaten alive. His alignment is lawful evil, but honestly, it's more leaning on the chaotic evil side. We're skipping the true evil side and just like, here's lawful evil, here's chaotic evil. It's leaning like this. So yeah, so he's kind of a dick, to say the least. Next we have a gnome oracle who is both blind and deaf and speaks in tongues. Excuse me, I forgot. And the way he made his character is that I can't remember exactly what it's called. I believe it's called Misfortune, where I have to re-roll a dice when he calls it, and it's a reaction thing, and he can do it twice now because he took the double thing for his oracle, the double crappy thing. What's it called? Hindrance for his oracle. And so basically I'm re-rolling constantly if I even roll well, and it's twice per creature during combat of some kind. Excuse me, I just woke up. Next we have a human samurai from the land of Nitan. He's got a ho-ho. He is super duper tanky, like really tanky, and he's specializing in dual weapon fighting at the moment. And it is he has a hard time hitting stuff, but once he hits something, he wrecks shit hard. He makes things melt. It's ridiculous to watch. Also, I had to make it sort of underpowered in the beginning, just to see exactly if I would kill them. So I'm going to make the next couple encounters way more challenging, because they just wrecked everything that I threw at them. Like, it took them a while to hit something, but once they hit something, it just evaporated. And finally, we got a fourth player who showed up, and she is a summoner elf. And oh my god, Eidolons are overpowered. They're just like, it was a pre-gen character that one of the other guys got off the internet, and yes, their Eidolon pretty much just like poops on everything. Whew. So now the 3 other characters are either chaotic neutral, or just straight up neutral. So the party, by definition, is pretty much just chaotic, evil, neutral type thing that Honestly, I'm pretty sure Geo is the leader of. Oh, by the way, his orc is called the Boulder and refers to himself in the third person, and it's pretty funny to have him roleplay that character because usually, usually, usually he's referring to the gnome as the midget, so he's like, the Boulder likes how the midget thinks. It's fantastic. It's pretty awesome. Um, so now that's out of the way, let's begin with the story. Uh, the players were all pulled from different parts of life. They're all different ages and stuff like that, and they all decided to go out adventuring. They joined this company called the Red Caravan Company, and basically you're just guards for a caravan. Usually it's pretty temporary work, and usually you just use it to get from point A to point B and get a couple bucks. So they all met there, and all had a little bit of dialogue. Then they went off on their. They've been together for a while before, though, so they know each other enough to not be like, oh, I blah 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 don't know what you do exactly. I'm pretty sure if you saw a orc with a giant spear for a couple days, you kind of know what it does. So they were traveling, doing a mission for the Red Caravan Company. They are escorting a noble to the town of Havenvale in Terria. So while escorting the noble in nighttime, night happens, and they're escorting the noble from Havenvale to, to Havenvale. And they're sitting around the campfire. I ask for a perception check. All of them fail. All of them fail. It was specifically a noise check, so I didn't include the gnome with the who is deaf and speaks in tongues whenever she's stressed out, by the way. So, 4 bandits come out of nowhere, and before initiating combat, I was going to give them the opportunity to either intimidate one of them away or diplomacy them away or something like that. So the leader of the bandits says, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to take your money. Please just do this in an orderly fashion. We will be in and out as quick as possible. So Geo, in return, I forgot to mention this, but the Boulder has an Intimidate of 7, and he's also a half-orc that is 6'1", and 255 pounds. So he's kind of scary, to say the least. So the orc gets up, yells at the leader of the thing. He rolls a 27. He rolls a nat 20. And this is the leader, running and crying and pissing himself away. And then I initiated combat on them. We all did our rolls, and basically one of the bandits evaporated. They had a HP of 11, AC of 17. Once Geo hit that one and did a power attack, literally he killed him with 12. It was pretty ridiculous. It was friggin' scary. But yes, that's how the bandits went down real fast. Oh man, just 3 of them got pooped on really, really fast. The summoner actually didn't summon her Eidolon until the second encounter, but she was using her bow because she has a really high dexterity due to the what is it? The bipedal Eidolon uses dexterity instead of strength, I do believe. So that happened, and then deciding that the noble was kind of a douchebag, and he had a chest in there. They decided to kill the noble and blame it on the bandits while they were quote unquote asleep. So they kill the noble quite quickly because he was asleep and in his knickers, and they do pry open the since there is no rogue, they literally just pried open the chest, and inside the chest was a magical gauntlet that Geo now uses. It gives him +1 to Keen. I just randomed it, and they all got 100 gold, and specifically there was a pouch of gold that the gnome found because she has the highest perception check minus hearing. Ugh. Wow. This group is so weird. So on their way back to Havenvale, they meet a group of the town guard for Havenvale itself. The leader of the town guard is nervous and wanting to get something off his chest because they sensed motive? Yes, there we go. I remembered. They sensed motive on him, and they found that there was a goblin infestation, and one of the nobles closed down the city's road. So after doing a diplomacy check with the elf, the guy told them that yes, there is a goblin infestation. We need you guys. We could have you guys go take care of it. And I know that my lord would be willing to pay you guys if you got a magical item back from the goblin himself. They found out that it was Slygar, the impossibly evil. If any of you play League of Legends, you know exactly where I got that guy from. He wears a little blue trench coat and a blue top hat. You guys know who he is. So they go off, find the cave. Coup de grace, the goblin dog that was just hanging out outside, and go into the cave. They go left into the cave originally and find 2 goblins that were also sleeping. Instead of coup de gracing them, Geo decides to yell at them loudly until they wake up. They wake up and they're shaken. They poop on those 2 guys really, really fast. Note, I did not have 7 goblins to begin with in this cave. They find another chest, and I do believe they find 200 gold inside of it, if I remember correctly. Then they go back, they go right instead, and they find Slygar's chamber. Slygar tries to do an evil monologue, but the gnome conjures 2 gallons of water on his head. The samurai steals 3 of his skulls because he did an inspection. He did a appraise check and found out that they were all about 6 copper each. And I'm pretty sure Geo was yelling at him the entire time. So Slygar, trying to do an evil monologue, pretty much just gets pooped on, and they initiate combat quite quickly. And Slygar gets one shot by Geo, which I wasn't really surprised about. And then ninjas, the samurai ninja, I kind of consider him Shen because he just it's super tanky, so he just dances in and he just stabs people with his 2 swords and doesn't take any damage. The Eidolon really showed its shine. She rolled a nat 10. It gets a 10-sided die to begin with. That was stupid. It was friggin' stronger than everybody else. Rolled the 10-sided die, got a natural 10. Literally, the way I described it, ate one of the goblins and continued on with the fight. Also, our Oracle continuously throws rocks in combat and has killed several things because of it, and it's pretty impressive to watch. Alright, so this is going to be the first part. They finish that quest. They find the amulet, the magical amulet, and they leave So this is the end of the first part. There's going to be a second part, guys. So be prepared.